I
because it's all
truly,
just negative
truly
stuff.
believe that is the making of everything negative, what is being put out right now. And I think if you follow it and you believe in it, I think it's going to lead you down a very dark path.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Modern Mountaineer Podcast. This is our first edition. I'm Eric. This is Kayla, and we have Brandon Mays here today. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I want to introduce Brandon. He's an Army veteran, health and strength enthusiast. So, Brandon, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I spent roughly 10 years in the Army. Fitness, health, that's a everyday part of my day pretty much. I'm actually going to college right now for recreational therapy. So it's a lifestyle for me. It's something I enjoy. It's something that's helped me throughout the years with many things. So
What initially pulled you toward lifting, nutrition, and self-discipline?
I started that when I was younger, kind of dabbled in it a little bit, was never really consistent with it until I joined the military. Having that discipline in my daily schedule for me is very beneficial. It's something I look forward to every day. It's something that, it kind of drives me to research things, to better myself.
What does lifting give you mentally that nothing else does?
I think mentally it gives me a purpose. I think that's very important. It's something that I think a lot of people in general strive to figure out throughout their life. Some figure it out and some kind of lose focus on it and have to refigure it out. I feel like it's something that is always evolving. For me, that the purpose is a big thing mentally.
What's one misconception that men have about getting healthy?
The big thing for me would be find your own path. I feel like there's a misconception. There's a lot of videos out there. There's a lot of content. And I think when a lot of people who aren't in shape or people who are just beginning their journey, they look at that and it becomes very intimidating for them. Everyone, no matter where you're at, everyone had to start somewhere. It's going to be your journey and your journey only. So start there and just be consistent. The results, everything evolves after that. Nothing is just given to you in the beginning.
Yeah, when I did it, it was just I started in high school because I got tired of being picked on.
Yeah.
I was like 135 pounds in ninth grade and 185 when I graduated, and I was benching 275. So
Oh, nice. Nice. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, but that was a long time ago. But
Yeah.
I couldn't do that now.
Yeah. We used to go to the same gym back in like 2019. I used to see you there.
Okay,
That's,
yeah, I recognize you. I was probably there with my wife.
yeah, you was. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been off and on since probably 1986
Oh,
lifting
nice.
weights. And so I lifted in 85, maybe I started in high school and then just went to Golds and Extreme. Different times I had equipment at home and got rid of it and then got it again. So
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. I got a treadmill back here. That's like the first big equipment purchase that I bought. So I'm like
yeah,
slowly kind of just accumulating things. And then when I eventually get a house, I'll try to do. But I think the community of the gym is a special thing too. I love working out at home and that's awesome. But I think the community at the gym is something that is really important for me, at least. I think that a lot of people strive for that with going to
yes,
the gym.
go in there and see somebody all big and jacked and get motivated. And
To motivate, yeah, especially at an
yeah,
extreme. You know what I'm talking about. There's some big
yeah.
guys that go there. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Why do you think men struggle to talk about mental health?
I think there's a lot of different reasons. I think one of the main reasons is men are so privy and used to kind of just taking on all of this stuff
Yeah,
without talking about it. We're able to take a lot of burdens on at one time continuously and
yeah.
just kind of compartmentalize it and just kind of forget about it. Something that I had to unlearn about masculinity. It's okay to talk about these things, right? It's okay to talk to certain people, whether it be a psychiatrist, whatever, friends, family. There's a stigma that us men, we got to be big, tough, and strong, and we can't show emotion, right? I think that that's starting to slowly change, hopefully. I think that that's one of the big problems.
A lot of these men create an identity for themselves and they don't want anybody to see that it's not exactly what they're portraying, you know?
Exactly.
I think it's okay if that's what you need to do. How would you structure a routine in physical training to protect your mental health?
Balance. With me, everything is about balance. Balance in school. I'm a full-time student now, but at one point I was doing school, work, and everything else. So that balance was a little off, right? So I was like, okay, so I gotta give something up in order to balance my daily schedule, my mental health out. And
Yeah.
at the time it was going to be work. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that. So I think that balance balance is really important. You don't want to neglect your mental health, your physical health. You don't want to neglect those things. You just want to try to balance them out with your daily schedule. And I think that's important.
It's hard to do.
It is. It is.
Especially
When you
harder for
find it,
some than it
you're,
is others.
and I think also too is like not really stressing, being able to not stress when you can't balance it. So there's that opposite
Yeah.
effect too. It's not always going to be easy. You know, we know that when you can't balance it, you know, I just had things happen the other day that threw my whole schedule out of whack on top of, you know, I had a car rear end my Jeep. I'm okay. Jeep's okay. But
Yeah.
it threw my whole schedule out of whack. And I had to like set back for a moment. And I was just like, you know what? Let's go ahead and check these boxes real quick. Let's get some of this stuff off the table because I could feel myself getting a little stressed out. And that's what I did, you know. So it definitely helped being able to
Good.
realize that. Yeah.
You have to stay grounded through all of those situations because
Yeah.
life will throw a wrench in there sometimes.
All the time.
Yeah. What would you consider some of the mental health challenges that are common among men, especially veterans?
Anxiety, depression, those are going to be the main things that I think affect a lot of veterans. And then on top of it, you know, if you're drinking and you're doing all these other things, it just intensifies all of that to the negative. But I would say depression, anxiety, it takes a lot, especially like for combat veterans, it takes a lot for them to be able to integrate. Thankfully, you know, we've had a lot of time. There's been a lot of research, a lot of things done to where it's improved to integrate into being a model citizen and just to feel normal, I think is the biggest thing.
How do you keep your emotions from controlling your actions?
Yeah,
I think that's a good question. It could be answered a lot of ways, but
And I think it's something that needs to be discussed. It's hard for everybody to navigate that.
Yes, yeah. And just and also to have someone else's negative emotions be you know affecting what your emotions are. I think that's a big thing too. I wish I could say that I have this one figured out 100%. That's something that I have to continually work on. The more you grow, maturity, I feel like a lot of those things come into play. And what I mean by maturity is how mature you are with as far as your mental health journey. When you're further on in your mental health journey and being able to correct yourself and use corrective action to not negatively influence the situation. And I think that's the big thing for me is like I always look at it and I'm like sometimes after the fact and I'm like what could I have changed to not negatively.
A lot of people can't do that.
So like reflection and self-awareness and the ability to be honest with yourself.
It's a challenging thing. And I feel like if someone says that they go 100% have that figured out, I would love to talk to them. Because
exactly.
What helps you stay grounded when life gets chaotic?
There's a lot of things. I think my appreciation for all the negative things I've went through, I reflect back on those things all the time. And I think it just reinforces my appreciation for what I have and where I'm at. You know, and I do realize that there's a lot of unfortunate people in the world to where we have it pretty good. So I like to reflect on that too. It usually can snap me out of negative mindset pretty fast.
And all that stuff, it all happens for a reason, all the negative, because a lot of people don't see that.
No, I agree.
Looking at it as they're a victim. And
it's very easy to get sucked into that why me mentality instead of saying, what can I learn from this and how can I grow from this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've gone through a lot of things, made a lot of mistakes, but I wouldn't change any of it.
No, I wouldn't either.
Learned. Yeah,
absolutely. It all happened for a reason. It was all meant to teach you something. I think that's the key. When you do go through these things, you learn to really look at that situation different. Like a lot of people just like what you were saying. They're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it happened. Just and just they want that pity or that that victimized title. And I think for a lot of us, we learn to like really dissect that situation. You know what? I'm really glad that happened because if that didn't happen, I wouldn't know all this stuff.
What are some daily habits that keep you physically and mentally sharp?
So I have a routine. My routine doesn't change. I don't get tired of it. I wake up, I make my bed, and I just start my routine every single day. It's the same thing. Obviously, I go to the gym in the mornings. That's part of my day, at least 4 days a week. Reading, I try to read at least once a day. Some type of research. If you're going to spend time on your phone, try to make a good use of it. So I try to do some type of research, whether it's working out, prepping ideas for meal prepping, stuff like that. that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I get up at the same time every morning and do the
Yeah.
exact same. The first 2 hours of my day are the exact same thing every day.
Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
No, no, and I'm like you said, I don't get tired of it. I just do it, and I
Yeah,
look forward to getting up 3:30, and I don't even
yeah.
mind. It's just okay,
Whew.
time to get up and get started.
Yeah, that's early.
I'm stuck with I'm good on 5 a.m. That's as early as I'm willing to
Yeah.
Well, even weekends, sometimes I'll allow myself to sleep till 4:30, but that's it. I'm up.
I thought I was doing something at 6 a.m. I'm the
That's
No,
last
good
one
that's
too.
up.
decent.
Yeah.
So like when you get up at 6 a.m., what would your routine look like before you leave the house to go to the gym?
So I get up, make my bed. Usually I'll go and mix a protein shake with like some carb powder just to get all that back into my body. Then I'll fill up, I have a Yeti container that's about a half gallon. I'll put my electrolytes in it. I drink that, brush my teeth, and then I go to the gym. I do that every morning. Electrolytes, protein, carbs, and I like to do the liquids just because everything else is heavy. And when you're working out, I don't like to feel heavy. So
As far as routine goes, when you get home after the gym, is that when you get yourself cleaned up, ready for the day?
so I'll do breakfast as soon as I get back. Then I'll take a shower right after that.
I'm assuming since you're health conscious, you're pretty aware about the products that you use. You don't like to use stuff with chemicals in it and stuff like that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I actually made that switch about 2 years ago. So I use it's called a Yuka app. So
Yes.
I scan everything. That's my food, everything that I'm consuming or putting on my body. I scan, and it shows you all the harmful products that's in that material, whether it be food or cleaning products. That's helped me dramatically learn a lot of stuff through that.
Yeah, even the stuff that's marketed as
Yeah,
all natural, you
yeah,
scan it and it's like, here's a 3-star or a 3-point rating. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe
yeah.
I've been using this. I thought I was using something that's good for my body. Nope.
Absolutely. Then it'll tell you like the harmful high risk material that's in it and like the chemicals that's in that. And then it tells you what those chemicals do to your body. And you're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a big eye opener. But yeah, as far as like my grooming products, I started that about 2 years ago and I haven't went back since then.
Yeah, I've been, especially with the deodorant, I think that's so important.
Oh, for
And
sure.
when I started making it, it's been about 10 years, but I don't think we really sold it till maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I was making it for myself. And then when we did start selling it, it still had some work that needed done to it. So we've really worked hard on getting the formula. And that's an important thing because those people are putting that poison under their arms with aluminum and blocking the sweat duct.
It just gets
Yeah.
into the bloodstream and
Yeah.
wreaks all kinds of havoc on your body. It's awful.
Yeah.
Now, you obviously have a beard
Yeah.
and it looks pretty good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do you want to share your secret?
Yeah, so I actually use your guys' balm oil. And so when I shower at night and I get out of the shower, I just rub some of that in there every night. Just kind of
It
does
looks
its thing.
good. It's
Yeah.
nice
Thank you.
and soft looking. It's well groomed.
Yeah.
Which scent is it that you use?
Yeah, it's kind of got like a campfire amber type smell to it almost, I
Oh,
think.
that's
Like your
Fan
bourbon.
Forest.
Yeah, the forest. Yeah, I think that's the
Okay.
one. Yeah,
That was a limited edition, but we did it at Halloween, and it's actually my favorite
I love
scent
it.
we've ever done. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it on now. I got body spray, deodorant, and
Oh, nice.
it every day. How do you show up for yourself when no one's watching?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's a really good question. Well, I think I show up for myself every day just with my routine, with
Yeah,
taking care of my
sounds like
body, what I put in my body, exercising, expanding my knowledge as far as going to school and stuff like that. I'm doing all that for me.
Yeah,
I'd say my daily schedule.
Yeah, routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some guys are, and it's unfortunate. And I used to be one of them too, that was just out there doing it because you want everybody to look at you and feel a certain
Yeah,
way.
absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say that. You're missing the point if you're not doing it for yourself. And I used to do the same thing. You want all the pats on the back and stuff like that. But then when you realize what is all that for, at the end of the day, once you get all them pats on the back, then what?
Yeah.
That's right.
You know?
Those people just go away, and you're
Yeah.
still with yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think being
Yeah.
comfortable with yourself is very important. I try to tell like a lot of like my guy friends who are like single and like by themselves. And I'm like, listen, man, that's not a bad thing. Be comfortable with yourself. yourself. Once you're comfortable with that, then sky's the limit from there, because so many people are not comfortable with that. So many people can't be alone. That's a hard thing for a lot of people to be able to do.
Very real thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any advice for men who are overwhelmed or feel like they're stuck?
My advice for you would be find something you love, find your purpose, find something you're passionate about, start setting small goals to reach that. You're never going to reach that in a day. You're not going to reach it in a week. It's something you're going to have to continuously work towards. As long as you're accomplishing one positive thing every day, you're on your way. And that's a good thing. And be proud of that and be happy because you did that. Continue that every day and you'll reach great things. Consistency is key.
One small change you think men can make this week?
Don't watch the news. No.
Well,
That's a good
I have
one.
to agree with that.
That's a really good one. That's good for your mental health.
Yeah.
That's good for
Good for everything.
I totally agree with you on that.
I
because it's all just negative stuff.
believe that is the making of everything negative, what is being put out right now. And I think if you follow it and you believe in it, I think it's going to lead you down a very dark path. That's just my opinion.
Oh, yeah, it puts you in a bad place mentally because you start to dwell on that and think about it, and then it just rolls over into other aspects of your life.
Yeah.
I know somebody that said their whole life changed when they knew that this is what I got to do. I got to quit watching the news, and that did it. That was the start of everything, just a complete overhaul.
Yeah.
So that's why when you said that, it sounds like a joke, but that's a pretty good answer.
Yeah.
It is a really good answer.
We'll just keep that one. Let people do what they want to do. So is there anything you wish you had known earlier?
I wish I would have known that it's okay to show emotion. As far as physical health and nutrition, don't believe everything you read. Because I was one of those people. Like I'll pick it up, I read it, and I'm like, oh, it's good. It says it's good, so it's good. You just really do your research and really look into what you're consuming and what you're putting on your body. I think that's really important.
Okay, what does it mean to be strong, not just physically, but as a man?
For me, what it means to be strong as a man is standing up for what you believe in. Stick to your word and stand up for what you believe in, no matter what anyone thinks. That would be my definition.
Well, thank you, Brandon, for your time, and thank you anybody else that happens to see this. This is our first podcast, and we're not expecting a whole lot, but hoping at some point we can help some people out. We appreciate having you on.
You guys rock. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
All right.
And thank you for all the insight that you gave us. We really appreciate it.
Yep.
No problem.
All right.
All right.
All right.
See you later.
See ya.